Hello there, Signets and Swanlings. I'm Noddy from A Bevy of Bloods, your go-to fan podcast of our Sydney Swans. I'm joined here by another red and white tragic, my fellow home game member from the O'Reilly stand, Chris. Together, we're bringing you a quick bevy with Swans fans, a weekly bonus series in which we have a quick chat about all things Bloods. Chris, can you explain to the punters how a quick bevy works?
Can do, Noddy. Here at a quick bevy, we ask fellow Swans fans a couple of questions related to our team and the AFL just generally. Each answer only gets 45 seconds. So for those playing at home, when you hear the sound of a beer being opened up, that means there's only 5 seconds left. Now, with that in mind, Noddy, if you're ready, we'll kick off. There are 3 ex-Swans at the Saints: Tim Membrey, Dan Hannebery, and Zak Jones. Are the Saints or the Swans better off from this? Over to you.
Okay, Membrey, overwhelmingly so, yes. A massive win for the Saints. He had one game at the Swans, 115 so far with the Saints. He's averaging 1.7 goals a game. He's co-vice captain. He just extended to the end of 2024, and he did a bloody number on us almost at the SCG most recently. We did bring Isaac the Heaney in the year after to soften the blow, but that's a massive win for the Saints. In terms of Hannes and Zaka, Hannebery is reported to be on 800,000 until the end of 23, and Zak Jones about 500,000 or 600,000 until the end of this year. So that's a better outcome for the Swans because they've had way better output at the Swans. Dan Hannebery's 3-time All-Australians, 2012 Premiership player. Zak Jones lost 2016, but played himself into a good contract at the Saints. Since leaving the Swans, neither of them have played much footy. They've had their soft tissue injuries. I think 13 games for Dan and 22 for Zak. Okay.
All right, fair enough. Bit over. That's okay. We can take that. Look,
sorry, mate.
I was pretty sad to see Zak Jones leave. I thought he was a great player. Of course, seeing Dan leave was pretty sad as well. He was one of the leaders of the club and a hard worker. I mean, Tim, we didn't get to see much of him at all. I think he played one game for us and then got moved on. So, look, at the end of the day, the guys that we've got over there, 2 of them are injured. And Hannes, I don't think is really going to come into his prime again. And Zak Jones, I reckon he's got a really good career ahead of him, but he's just not showing a whole lot. And I don't think the team they've got built out over there is going to be doing a whole lot with it. So I personally think that a lot of these players were kind of sold a dream over at the Saints. They were sold a dream. It's not really coming together for them. And I think they're going to be going to a rebuild faster than anyone else. So that's my take on it.
Fine. Perfect, mate. Well done. All right,
Thank
number
you.
2. Here's one for you, mate. Here's a topical one for some Swans fans out there after that Hawks game. Why do we know Razor Ray's name? Why is he so well known in the media?
That's a good question. It's a really good question. Look, at the end of the day, we shouldn't know the umpire's name. That's just full stop. It doesn't matter what game you're playing. And you should know that the umpire's on the pitch. When they're doing a good job, they're just unknown to the game. For some reason, Razor is always in the limelight of the game. He's always the one we know he's officiating. He does something to make sure that the camera's on him. After a while, he just starts getting tired. And I know how depressing and awful that game was against the Hawks and everything. And I know the umpires kind of schnitted it up a bit. But at the end of the day, the problem isn't umpires. I think we have quite good umpiring considering how complicated our game is. They change the rules on them often enough. There is a particular fella named Andrew Hernandez who plays in the baseball, and he's a umpire over there at baseball, and he's effectively a meme. He's awful. There's YouTube compilations about him. He's terrible. I kind of feel that we shouldn't allow for an opportunity for that to happen, and it kind of is with Razor.
Fair play. A little bit over, but good points. All right, I'm going to mirror yours. Why the hell do we know this guy's name? It shouldn't be about him. I could not tell you one other umpire's name. No. A little birdie does tell me on good authority within the system that Razor Ray is a very good bloke, but he's just got the kind of personality that lends himself to the limelight. He just loves the big stage. He's very dramatic, and you see it in the way he umpires. It's no wonder he's been able to wedge himself to the fore. I don't know if he did deliberately. It's just part of his personality. Umpires are semi-professional amateurs, I believe. So it's understandable they make mistakes. But for Australia's most popular domestic sport comp, surely it's time to get professional umpires. That way they can get proper training, and they're under as much pressure as the players to perform.
All right, look, bang on time.
So, otherwise, they lose their job like the players.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. Good point. All right, next question. Gary Rohan looks to be in career best form at the Cats. Did the Swans make a mistake by letting him go?
Oh, Gaza. Yes. But I wonder how much of it was due to Buddy's contract mechanism being back-ended or squeezed out for financial reasons. I don't know how much that dictated the decision. Heaney's currently playing our third tall forward role and doing it well, not as well as Gaz. But yeah, we fill the void, luckily. I didn't love the circumstances behind the way in which we announced his departure. Fake reasons about him wanting to go home. And then Gaz came out saying, no, I never said that. So that's a bit disappointing from the Swans because they're known for, integrity and the culture. I will say that in the 2018 trade period, we gained Lizard, Rowie, Juzzy, Fox, Wixie, and Hayden McLean. They're all showing great potential. So a void has been opened, but we're covering it.
All right, fair enough. Just in time. They went off twice just because just the extra little bit of emphasis.
What?
Okay. Look, he's a funny player, isn't he? He's got all of the tools you need to be a fantastic AFL player. He's of a good height. He's got a great jump. He's incredibly quick. He's pretty fit. Good hands. Big booming kick. I think Chris Scott even said himself that if you looked at all the best, if you looked at a compilation of all the best best things that Gary's ever done, you would immediately go, this guy must be the best player in the game. Like, he's got those talents where in short spurts you just go, he's incredible. And he does, but he just seemed to not quite finish it off, just missing that polish. And I just feel that maybe being in such a mature and professional outfit that the Cats have brought the best in him. And having said that, he's playing next to the two best, arguably in-form forwards in the comp. Mate, I would look good standing next to him. So does he have all the talents? For sure he does. There's no question about that. Does he have the talents that will transverse if he went to play for, say, the Saints? I don't think so. I think he's still kind of just that extra mark off. But hey, love Gaza, ex-Swans boy. Love him. I hope he does really well.
You are over. Can you hear that? I'm like...
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just trying to ignore it.
Well played, mate. All right, last question. Yep. I do love Gaz, by the way. Number 4. Can/will our Swannies make finals this year?
Can, yes, absolutely. Numerical tells us, everything tells us we can. Yeah, for sure we can make the finals. Now, will we make the finals? Look, tough. As a Swans fan, I walked into this thinking we're not going to be making finals. I was expecting to go anywhere between 8 and 12. If we'd made it, if we were fighting for the top 8, I would have been super happy. So ultimately, I am very happy the way we're going this year, considering we're in a rebuild, first year back. So let's look at the games that are going to come. Port Adelaide away. The Eagles at home. Yeah, probably. Bulldogs away. No. Giants away. Maybe. You never know with those damn guys. They lose against North, but they beat other bigger teams. Dockers. They're a boogie side for us. They're a half-decent team. They've got young players. They might get good. Bombers, Saints, North, and Gold Coast. We should win those games, except for Bombers might be a bit dodgy. So I think if we put it all together, we obviously we should go through, but it's pretty slim. It's pretty slim. I would venture to say, as a proud Swans fan, yes, I think our boys are going to come up. So let's go with that.
Got the Bloods. Okay, for me, same as you, mathematically, numerically, absolutely yes. And in fact, Steve-O and I did a good bit. Well, I'm leaning on him. Steve-O did an excellent bit of analysis on where we sit at the bye round and the run home on a bevy of Bloods this morning. So do check that out if you're interested in getting a lot more details. It's on Spotify, etc. Will we make the finals? For me, that depends on injuries to our senior players, because the past 2 years, really, we've had a lot of injuries to our senior players and we've had to play the younger guys. So it's been good and bad in that the young guys get games, the old guys mean that we don't get to finals. 2 years out of the finals. So 11 out of 13 years, Horses made it to the finals. Will we make it to the finals this year? I'm going to say yes. And I think we're going to finish with 14 wins.
Okay. Just scrape it in.
14 will get us in, and hopefully it'll give us one home final.
All right. All right. Well, that's it for today's episode. Leave some comments in the comment section from wherever you see this video, and make sure to add some questions that you want answered for next time.
And also, as I just said, if you did enjoy this, but just can't get enough of our Swannies, make sure to check out A Bevy of Bloods for a longer form analysis of the game that's been, the game that's ahead, plus plenty of other Swans and footy-related chit-chat as well. Until then, up the Bloods and can you, Swannies?
Swannies.
Swannies.